Alright guys, welcome back to the Fixin' a Ride series. This is Caleb.
Jessi.
And today we're working back on these bad boys behind us. We left off last week where I was trying to replace my rocker arm shafts. What were you doing?
I was getting into valve adjustment, cam change. Last week, I had just gotten to where I was going to adjust my valves and cam chain, and we were running out of time, so I just fiddled, riddled around the bike, doing random stuff instead. So this week I'm going to start back trying to adjust some stuff.
I'm going to skip around a little bit. I ordered another rocker arm shaft because I only had one here in the shop, and they got lost in the mail. So this week we are probably going to start with rebuilding the carbs on this 450 and getting them opened up and see how they look. I'm hoping to just replace the gaskets. Hopefully all my jets are in good order.
They won't be.
If they're not, I'll end up replacing all the jets if we need to. We'll see. If we can save some money, just use gaskets, we'll save some money.
So we're going to start today by loosening this nut on the cam chain and adjusting our cam chain to where it should be, and then we're going to move on to adjusting the valve tappet doodads.
Alright, so I started taking apart my carbs here on the 450, and kind of as I said at the beginning of this series, the guy I bought it from told me this bike ran about 2 years ago, and it seems like he did a good job of draining the carbs when it stopped running, because there's not really any gunk in the carbs. They're really clean, there's no gas residue, so my carbs look really good. So I'm basically just I'm gonna take all the jets out, spray them, make sure they look really good. We'll replace all the gaskets on here. I'm going to check to make sure there's no leaks in my floats, and we'll get the carb put back together. But let's go ahead and take the other one apart too, make sure it looks just as good. Overall though, everything looks really good, which is great.
Very nice.
Like he drained the carb. I think he drained the gas.
So we got the cam chain tightened. So now what we're going to do is set the valves. The 200 engine works a little different than the bikes that we normally work on. Typically we're working on engines that the pistons move opposite one another, but on the 200s they actually move alongside each other, which actually makes it a little bit simpler. So when I'm looking at these valves, I'm looking for them to start to head down and then start to head back up, and then I'm going to put it on top dead center again. When they're down, they're open, and when they're up, they're closed. So here, I have a little bit of wiggle room. So what I'm going to do is I reference the manual, and the space between the valve and the adjuster screw is supposed to be 0.05. But instead of starting and trying to adjust at 0.05, I'm going to take a 0.06 and get a tight 6. And then go back and check it with a 5. Here we go.
Alright, we got the left card taken apart, and it looks really good as well. We're going to go over to the parts washer now, and we're going to make sure that there's no leaks in the floats. Neither of them sound like they have anything in them, so we're just going to check them to triple check inside the solvent. So yeah, let's go over there. Alright, so we got some parts washer fluid. It's a little dirty, but it will do the job. And we're just going to dip these in there. Make sure we have no major bubble lines or anything coming off the float. Alright, that one seems to be good. Both seem good to go. Make sure you do this to your floats, guys. 450 carb floats are super easy to get. We got tons of them. And this oftentimes is the cause of a lot of those weird carb issues. If you got a little tiny hole in it, just replace them. They're not that expensive of a part. Alright, so we have the 450 carbs ready to go back together on the top halves. I gave the inside of the diaphragm bodies a little bit of a sanding, and now they kind of go in and out super smooth with zero issues. I also checked the clearance of the slide in and out of the carb body itself, and it also has zero issues. And we're just gonna go ahead and put this guy back together. What we do is grab our new gasket. Alright, and we got the diaphragms back together. I still need to clean out the jets a little bit, so we're gonna take some time and run some guitar string through each and every one of these little holes, and we'll start putting those back in as well.
You have compression outside now, right?
Have some compression now.
Yeah, so the valves are open like they're supposed to.
Looks like there's a bolt in here. Well, there's a bolt in there.
SMRT. You guys are smart. SMRT.
Watch your finger for the ring. Look at you.
I have to take the whole engine off. Hello, camera. Viewers at home. So, in attempting to adjust my valves, I realized that on this valve specifically, the bolt and nut, there's no space left to like adjust once it's adjusted. So if you'll see this one, you see this sticking up here? That's the actual bolt, and then this is the tightening nut. This I can get a wrench on and still fit a wrench here to tighten. But on this one, you see I don't have any room here to be able to adjust and then tighten it down where it should be, which is causing me to not be able to get a proper adjustment on it. So we're looking to see why I don't have any room. So we took the top cover off of the engine so that we can look at the cam, see if some lobes are flat. Yeah, I don't know what I'm looking at.
You see? Alright, so I'm looking at this cam lobe right here.
Mm-hmm.
That lobe looks okay, but that rocker arm foot might look a little wallered out. Oh, pad looks about the same. You shouldn't go that far
Yeah.
down.
The valve look pushed in. The springs look compressed.
A bent valve.
Possibly. That would keep it lower in there.
Sure would. The rocker pad doesn't look like it's like crazy torn up or anything. So maybe you have a bent valve.
I'll wait to that.
Pad's gonna come off. But we don't know. We're not gonna chase this thing blind. We're getting no compression off this. Right out. And there's no pressure, so you either have a bent valve or a bad seat. Probably a bent valve.
sometimes working on an old motorcycle sad. Today is one of those days. Remember when we were talking about the adjuster screw and tightening nut? We ran a few tests, took the top off so that we could see that the cam lobes and the rocker arm tips were fine. And then B-Mac, aka Brendan, aka the boss, taught us a snifty little trick where we put this guy closed, blow hole. This is the blow hole. We blow air in the hole. And if we feel, sorry, I'm from Mississippi, we fill it. Alright? If you feel air coming out of the exhaust, then probably a bent valve. So now we have to take off the whole engine. I'm just so excited to learn.
Just take it out of the bike.
Huh?
We're not taking like apart the whole engine.
We might.
Well, I mean,
You don't know.
depends on what you find.
You don't know my luck. You don't know my life.
Alright, let's go. Alright, so we got both carbs rebuilt. I set the float height on both of them. They're all clean, they're good to go, fresh gaskets in them. All my jets and all the brass pieces look really good. We had no leaks in the floats, and it's been a pretty painless day for me. Unfortunately not for Jessi, but yeah, we already got this one all done and ready to go back on the bike. The awesome part about the 450 carbs that I love is that there's no screws in the float bowl. You literally just put the fresh gasket in and that guy snaps into place and that's it. I'm going to clean up these drain plug screws on a little bit and put some fresh gaskets on them, or some fresh O-rings, and they'll be ready to go back on the bike. So we're wrapping up from the night. I decided to go ahead and put on a new pair of intake manifolds. Mine looked really good, but as we said, we made a video one time about the top 5 things you really need to replace in the bike, and this is one of them. Like, they had 0 cracks, they still even maybe moved a little bit, but they're the 40, 50-year-old intake manifolds on the bikes. They were hard. If they didn't leak right when I started this bike, they were probably gonna leak within the first few months of riding it. So they're a little pricey, but do yourself a favor and go ahead and replace your intake manifolds on your bike if you haven't before. They really should be soft, they should be flexible, and they should be new. Like, the rubber parts on the bikes wear out, just from aging if nothing else. Also, when you put them on, be careful not to over tighten the clamp. That will actually cause them to crack very fast. So, made that mistake once. It's an $80 mistake to make. How was your day today, Jessi?
Well,
You didn't spend any money.
didn't spend a single dime. I started out with a heart full of hope, and now everything is desolate and bleak. We had to pull the engine because, as previously explained, I possibly have a bent valve, so we're going to be tearing into this bad boy next week. Because I am prone to a temper, after I pulled the engine, I just bebopped around what was left and took off stuff to knock off dirt, rust, and repaint it just to appease my raging fury. So.
But I mean, this girl has a whole extra engine down here, so it's not going to be that bad. That's the bonus of getting all these spare parts with your bike. Like, she hasn't spent anything besides gaskets.
Yeah.
I had a pretty good day. Sorry. My rocker arm shafts have been delivered, the tracking says. So next week we will be putting that other one in there, and hopefully nothing goes wrong with the tuning of my engine. As far as the bike, rebuilt all the carbs, rebuilt both of the carbs. Went great. Just had to change out the gaskets and do some light cleaning. We also changed out the intake manifolds because you got to do it. that has been it for this week's Fixin' a Ride series, and I guess we're gonna have to see you guys next time.
Don't forget to like us on Facebook and Instagram. Subscribe to our newsletter so you can get them coupons. And subscribe to the YouTube channel here below.
You're not gonna know what the fuck that is.
Coupons.
Oh god, I didn't expect you to go so hard.